Howdy everybody, this is Steve KM9G, and today we're going to take a look at the Windcamp AP-8. It's so close I can't read it. Windcamp AP-8. This is an 8-port, hence the name AP-8, power pole power distribution unit, and they make it with and without the side mounting ears to mount it. I got it without the side mounting ears. I've had this thing for about 3 years now. It's been working reliably, faithfully, amazingly ever since. It's built really well. Windcamp builds really good stuff. I've done a couple of Windcamp product reviews on the channel before for IC705 accessories, and they're all built really well. They just weren't compatible with themselves. The three accessories that work with the IC705 aren't compatible with each other. And there's no reason for them not to be compatible with each other, they just aren't, which is kind of weird. This one, on the other hand, is built really well. Let's get it over on the bench and tear it down and see what's going on. Oh, I've also done a bunch of other reviews, a couple of MFJ units and another unit off of Amazon with a name that I can't pronounce. So far they've all been pretty good units. We're going to put all of them together all at once and go over some stuff. This did come with power pole connectors and boots and fuses and all kinds of stuff, and I had it for a while, so I didn't remember that until I went and looked myself. But either way, let's get over on the bench and take a look at it. Alright, well first off, this thing has been in use in my shack, which makes it dusty and dirty. 45, 25, 15, 15, 10, 25, 25. And what I would like to do is put the 40, 25, 25, 25, 15, 15, 10, 5 in that order. So let's do that part first. And these things are in there pretty tightly. And we got to get inside of this. So where are my wrenches? I had to look all over for these. The last time I used these was when I was working on the amp, and I could not find them at all. They were sitting upside down in my toolbox instead of right side up. You know when you're looking for black Allen wrenches and you see shiny metal thing? It's not the same thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I do have the parts to fix that amp. That will be coming up in a future video, but right now we're doing power distribution. I like that they're nice and flush. Of course. Of course I have to pull the fuses out. In there, good. Oh, jeez. That was more difficult than I thought it should be. These guys are on there pretty tough too. So far, this thing is extremely well constructed. This thing is in there super tight. Of course, the only way to grip it is to squeeze the sides, which is what's holding it in place. So I'm having fun with that. Alright, well that's about as far as I'm going to get with that. Basically because I'm afraid I'm going to do more harm than good taking this thing out. But you can tell by the way the circuit board is laid out, all of these darker green areas that are in between the lighter green areas are breaks in the circuit, as they should be. All of these lighter green areas are solid copper. And if you hold it up to the light, you can see that it's solid copper all the way through. So this line here all the way up is a solid piece of copper. And this line here all the way up is a solid piece of copper. And then these hot lines are individual broken out pieces of copper on the circuit board. So the only thing that's left to figure out is how the outsides are connected. So let's get out our multimeter and take a look. So I've got my multimeter set for beep mode, and whenever it connects together, it beeps. So let's get this into... Yeah, so there's no connection there, which makes sense. And there's no connection there because the fuse isn't in. And all the hots are isolated from each other, which is good. Okay, so now let's take our 40 amp fuse and put that in. And that works, and that works. Okay, so that makes sense. And we put our 25 amp fuse in, and now this is all connected. So that makes perfect sense. So that is doing what it's supposed to be doing. I got it out far enough that we can take a look at the solder joints. The solder joints are in really good shape. They're working out really well. This thing is very well constructed, and there's not much that they could have done wrong with it, which is also good. Oh. I used the edge of the desk to push it in to get it into place. So I am really impressed with this. There's not, like I keep saying, there's not a whole lot that they could have done wrong with it. So the fact that they didn't do anything wrong with it is actually pretty high praise, because I've seen some where they've done some things wrong. So main fuse and then 7 outlets for whatever accessories you want to plug into it. It's a very compact design. The only concern that I really have with it is the only way to mount it is to use these Velcro tabs. So this is great for portable use, but I probably wouldn't want to have something like this set up in my shack. I've got a dog, so I've got dog hair in there. But I wouldn't really even hold that against it. It's been in place in my shack for the last 2 or 3 years, as I've said, and it's been working great. The one that I have now that I am using does have the mounting ears, and it is screwed to the back of the workbench, so that's working out great. Otherwise, this is a fantastic product. There will be a link in the description down below to get one of these for yourself, and there is a video over there I think you will enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome.